Just so you know, I just did I press public server? No. How the hell did can you start a run by pressing this? No. What did I press? I pressed right here, and it just started like a match. Anyways, no more run. Recording this, just so you know, I am recording this, like, less than like 5 hours as of posting it. I am on a massive rush to do this video because I for some reason left it to the very end. So let's just get to this real quick. We're ranking builds again, 2 times in a row because I didn't feel like posting a build video. Am I gonna finish this finally? Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, we're starting off with a build by Jakey Gamer D6R. That was like 200. So we got the build. So the build here, it is so you said either the mace, the mace, then to the gavel of Tekka. I did not get that. Thank God. I instead got the broadsword. He said you could go cudgel, but I didn't get cudgel. I don't even know if you can get cudgel out of this weapon. But the build is quick hit 3, first impressions 3, rage 2 or 3, or combo 2 or 3. Then for tactics, follow up 2, charge 2 or 3, depending on its enhanced. I did get an enhanced. And then coup de grace 1. Let's just do the might first, because I feel like that's somehow the biggest issue, despite having coup de grace on the build. So, let's just say this is the Gavel of Tekka, because that seems like the main thing he was asking for. The Gavel of Tekka is 1 times 160 slow. You have Rage Strike. Rage Strike, you get more rage if you hit more strikes. Gavel of Tekka is a slow weapon that gives you 1 Ironstrike. You know, you're not gonna get that much damage out of Rage Strike. So it's basically a wasted skill. In this case, since I did go this weapon, it's slightly better, but not that good. Then, first impressions, maybe. Alright, so first impressions only works on the next 4 Iron Strikes. After that, it's gone. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. It's gone. My damage is a lot lower now, which is why that skill is kind of bad. It's only good if your weapon is already gonna one-shot, which in that case, it's pretty good because it gives a massive damage boost. In this case, though, it doesn't. This weapon does, like, at most, I think it's 85 or 75. I think it's 75. Double that is not that much damage. You need to have, like, at least 180 damage on your weapon for first impressions to be actually worth it. Quick hit is good. The quick hit can never go wrong, unless you have Looming Death. Then in that case, it's garbage. Now let's talk about the tactics. First, charge is good. Charge is always good. Like, no matter what build you're using. There's exactly, like, 2 builds that don't want charge, and those are gimmicky builds. Follow-up is good, but not on this build. So the problem with follow-up is that it only works, you see, when you hit an Iron Strike, every follow-up Iron Strike within 2 seconds has the chance of spawning a new one. So if you hit 1, that first one does not have the chance of picking follow-up. If you hit 2, the second one has that chance. On this weapon, it's possible for it to work. The Gavel of Tekka and Cudgel, it will never work. Like, it just won't. Seriously? The last one, coup de grace 1. So, I'm planning on making a video explaining why that skill sucks ass. And, yeah, no, let me just explain one reason, just one of the reasons. It doesn't pierce through armor. You see, that would be, if that was his health bar, he'd be dead from coup de grace. In this case, no, it's not. So I still have to deal an entire second health bar of damage for it to actually deal its damage. So it's not actually killing the enemy at 45%, it's more like 15%, which is garbage. I don't know how much HP he had there, but you saw how he had basically no HP when he died? Yeah, that's the big problem. So, that's why coup de grace kind of sucks. And at level 1, that's like 5%. Dealing 5% of the enemy HP. That's terrible. Let's go to this next enemy right here. Let's see. How long does it take for a coup de grace to trigger? 400 HP? 300. How many hits does it take to deal 300 damage? 1.5. So it's just not a good skill, because you put stats into coup de grace, but it doesn't deal as much damage as just your basic attacks. In this case, let's look at that. 100 and he's still not there. 88. That it only does 88 damage. It's just not a good skill. It's complete garbage. If it had Gavel of Tekka, I'm putting it in D tier. But since there's other choices, it's slightly better. I'm still gonna put it in D tier. I just it works, but that's mostly because normal runs are super easy. Oh, one more thing, shields. Another I feel like some people probably don't know this, that the Gavel of Tekka is the worst weapon in the game, and there's a reason for that. Look, if I block, you see how the blue bar goes up? Yeah, that's how you deal damage. If every time it goes up, you get Iron Strikes. But if I do this with a shield, you see how his meter does not go up? That's why shields suck in this game. You do not get focus when blocking with a shield. So, if you were to block with a shield constantly, you barely get any focus. While if you do it with your sword, look at that. It's a lot faster. That's why the Gavel of Tekka sucks so bad. It's a massive shield, so you get less focus. And on top of that, the stats on it just aren't good at all. It's not a good weapon. My build for Archon. Fine. So, this is a Archon run build. So I guess that makes sense. The build is Burst Fire 3. Explode. I didn't even get an explosion yet. I got super unlucky with that. And Ice 3. You need to get it enhanced or the build is ruined. Blast Away 3, Power Shot 3, Rapid Fire 3, Life Foot 3, Slow Fall 3, Slippery 3. And it said it did 6k damage. That is not good damage, honestly, for something enhanced. So, let's go over, first up, the agility. It makes sense. It's Archon run. You want to upgrade these things. The only thing I would say is that Slow Fall, I would leave it as the final upgrade. You only need Slow Fall level 1. Slow Fall level 1, I have it right now. Most enemies get completely, like, dead. Their brain stops working when you have Slow Fall 1. Like, look at this guy. He can't even touch me. So there's no reason to upgrade Slow Fall when level 1 already pretty much disables the enemies. These guys are stupid. Now let's touch on the tactics. It's a shotgun build, and everything makes sense except for Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire, a lot of people have been telling me in my Discord server, oh, but Rapid Fire is good. It's not that Rapid Fire is bad, it's just that it's competing with too many good skills. At most, I think it's a 70% increase in reload speed, which is decent. It's actually almost double. The problem is that most skills in techniques, they increase your damage by over double. So it's kind of not worth it, because why increase your DPS by 70% when you can increase it by over 100%? That's the thing. That's why Rapid Fire isn't that good of a skill. It's because it's not because Rapid Fire itself is bad. It's because every other skill is just better. Except for maybe Hit and Run. I think Hit and Run is overrated. But I'll touch that on a short. And for the infusions, Burst Fire, Explosive, and Luck. They make sense. The build is actually not terrible. It's actually a decent build. The reason why I say this is like weird is because he says you need to get the skills enhanced or the build is ruined. I don't know what he means by that. This is doing good damage. And this is one thing, this is why I really want to talk about this build specifically, is because this is a thing that a lot of people don't understand. Enhanced skills aren't a must-have, it's a luxury. It's not something you need to work with because you're not always going to get enhanced skills. Enhanced skills are something you get extra on top of your build. If you look at any of my builds, only a few of them need enhanced skills, and that's because those are hyper niche situations where you would probably never do the build unless it's for fun. Enhanced skills, you don't need them. You'd never really need to use enhanced skills. So why make your build with enhanced skills in mind? Because in the like what's gonna happen is that you're gonna try to get the build, and then you're not gonna get the enhanced skills most of the time. So then you're gonna be like disappointed, and then you're gonna be thinking, oh, this build sucks. When in reality, it doesn't suck, it's just that you think you need to get the skills enhanced, when you really don't. So the build itself is actually not bad. He didn't say a weapon, I'm assuming Zukanu, because all the noobs love Zukanu. Which, Zukanu is not the best weapon for shotgun builds. It's actually Griffin Siege Bow. Griffin Siege Bow is way better. But, this works. Let's fight one Archon. I don't really feel like doing all of the Archons because it's just boring. But we'll do it. But yeah, no, this build is good. I just want to clarify how you don't need enhanced skills. No build is ruined because you didn't get an enhanced skill. So don't be disappointed when you don't get it, because you're not gonna get it. Enhanced skills are rare. You shouldn't make your build with enhanced skills in mind. That's just asking to get the build you don't want. I know I said I was gonna fight one Archon, but this is actually boring as hell. This is actually like nobody's gonna watch this through. People are just gonna skip through this portion. So, no, let's just go to the next one. This is I'm gonna say B plus. Actually, no, I'm gonna say A minus. A minus rank. I've already been recording for 40 minutes, so let's just do one more because I have to post today. Oh wait, no, this is not the pinned. Here we are. What the heck is this? What the fuck is wrong with this game? Okay, so, I got the build almost. I missed one skill. I ran out of rerolls, but I might be able to get it. So the build is from this guy, Aaron Bolian? I don't know. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but the build is in Explosion, Shadow, Poison, Hit and Run, Power Shot, Keen Eye, and then Slow Fall, Cat Drops, and Smoke Bomb. I'm gonna ignore the agility because I'm playing normal run. Just know that Slow Fall, Cat Drops, and Smoke Bomb, well, Cat Drops I don't think is that good. Somebody in my Discord server keeps on saying it's really good. It has potential, it's just outclassed. It's not that it's bad, it's just that you have better options. Then Slow Fall is good, like easily the best agility. And then Smoke Bombs is actually one of my favorite agilities. I really like it. It's just that there's no reason to use it. It's not that good. It's a really cool concept though. I really like it. Anyways, let's talk about the skills. Let's start off with infusions, because it's really weird, but it works. Explosion, Shadow, and Poison. So, let me Power Shot. Explosion is good because it. Why did my game freeze there? Explosion is good because it pairs pretty well with Hit and Run. It lets you proc the Hit and Run on multiple enemies at once if they're close together. And it's just a good skill. Easy S tier skill. And then the other two, I'm kind of confused. Shadow. I don't have Shadow yet, but the problem with Shadow is that it doesn't work on... like, if you have Shadow, it doesn't increase it doesn't increase in damage with your other skills. So if you have Shadow, and it does 200 damage, and then you go power shot, Shadow will still do 200 damage. It's always the same. So it's not that good. But the one thing about it is that since it doesn't get affected by other skills, when you have burst fire, that means it doesn't get its damage reduced. Yeah. So when you have burst fire, Shadow's pretty good because you don't it doesn't reduce its damage, so you actually deal a pretty good chunk of damage. But aside from that, it's not that good. And then poison. Poison is a really weird skill because it technically works on this build. It's just not a good skill. Let's look at how much damage it deals right here. We're gonna need a bigger enemy because I'm actually never mind. 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks. No fifth. So that's a thing that not a lot of people know about this skill. I only learned it a little bit ago. It says it lasts for 5 seconds, and it technically does. It's just that when it procs, for some reason, it doesn't tick a 5th time. Why doesn't it do that? I don't know at all. I really don't know. But it just, I guess it's because it's like 0.1 seconds away from getting its last tick. But yeah, no, it does lower your damage, but it's not that big of an issue. But it is an issue. Overall, poison arrows just doesn't do that much damage. If you just put it in your build, you're probably better off not going it because you're getting very small amount of damage for less reload speed. So it's just not that good. I got shadow arrows. Actually got the build, no way. This is the first time I actually get the build and without rerolls. Well, without having leftover rerolls. Usually I don't get the skills. Let's go over the tactics last. So we have long shot, keen eye, and not long shot, power shot, sorry. God lord, I am on major skill issue right now. Anyways, it's power shot, keen eye, and hit and run. Let's upgrade hit and run. So, if you know me, you probably know that I'm not actually much of a fan of hit and run. I've said multiple times that hit and run is not that good of a skill. And it's because the skill itself is good, it's just that it doesn't pair well with a lot of things. In minigun builds, obviously you don't want it. In shotgun builds, obviously you don't want it. So, the only time it's good is with sniper, and sniper already one-shots. So, why? Why would you want to? Because like, if you one-shot every enemy naturally, then hit and run is not actually going to give you that much of a damage boost. In this case, though, hit and run actually works, because since we're not going long shot, we're not one-shotting things, so it's actually kind of worth it. And obviously, it goes well with top shot. The last thing in the build was keen eye. So, the problem with keen eye is keen eye is good, but it's complicated. So, if your aim sucks on a sniper build, then yeah, keen eye is worth it because it lets you aim better. But if your aim is good, there's no reason to go it. Keen eye does give you a damage boost, and it's actually a pretty good one. I used to say this skill is super good, but in reality, bodkin points is just better. It basically doubles that damage boost on the, and it may not work on armored like unarmored enemies, but most of the difficult threats are armored. Like this guy right here. Yeah, if I had bodkin points, his armor would have been completely destroyed in like 1 or 2 shots, and then his health is gone instantly. But one thing I really don't like about keen eye is that, or not keen eye, hit and run. You have to hit the enemy one time first before being able to use a skill. So that means I have to bear my terrible reload. Okay, good, it's done. Yeah, so the build is actually not terrible. It's actually kind of very similar to one of my old builds. Not my old builds, it's actually pretty recent. The simple, close range bow build. So it's actually not that bad. It's kind of good, not amazing, just kind of good. I'll put it in B tier. Alright, well, that's about it. We did 3 builds there. That last one was a B tier. That's pretty good. Let me change my avatar back. Why am I Juggernaut? Um, where is my Crimson? Crimson. There we go. Yippee. Anyways, that's about it. Yeah. That's another 3 builds. That's about it. See ya.